Saturday the 4th was a huge fire day here in southeastern Australia with high temperatures and strong winds and everything else. And I've been working in Canberra for about the last 2 to 3 months. We've been living in this air. I went 6 hours west to my sister's in Shepperton, and now I'm driving home to Canberra to start work tomorrow morning. And I've just driven back into the smoke, and I feel it in my lungs. My lungs are hurting again, and I feel so depressed. You know, it's like a war zone. It feels like a war zone with all this smoke. Middle of the afternoon, there's not really much sun. You've got visibility about maybe 600 metres, maybe even a kilometre, but the stuff a kilometre away is really vague. And yet I feel such a whiny little git complaining about my lungs, fearing tonight sleeping in this smoke. I do a weird thing where I sort of stop breathing deeply and start breathing shallowly, then I wake up because I'm out of oxygen, and then if I have to make myself breathe deep. I'm sure this is caused by the smoke, but it can be quite distressing. I go back to sleep, wake up again, I'm out of oxygen because I'm doing these tiny little gasp shallow breaths. It's really weird, and I've got to go back to that now. And it's so self-centered because people have lost homes. This is like the biggest natural disaster I've ever seen, and I've been around fires I was in the CFS for 13 years. I've lived through it most of my life. I know country. I've seen dust storms where you get lost. You can't see where you're going, and suddenly it rains and just mud falls from the sky, and then you can see again. I've seen all sorts of weird stuff happen in the Australian bush just with weather patterns, but this is such a big scale thing. And rather than feel helpless, I think I'm going to decide that this is the best thing that's ever happened to Australia. I know that's horrible to say with the people who've lost their homes and the suffering that's gone on, the lives that have been lost. But at least no one can say the system's working, business as usual, it's all good, we've got it under control. It's time to face up to stuff. Like a wise philosopher once said, the shit that used to work don't work now. That's exactly what's happening with our systems, our legal systems, our ever-increasing bureaucracy, where more and more highly paid decision makers seem less and less able to make decisions. Our ways of communicating with each other and emotional, hysterical ways that are designed to manipulate public opinion. Everybody thinks they are entitled to change the world, but they're not. They don't have to take any responsibility for their actions. I find that situation bizarre. In this weirdness, the weirdest thing I've ever seen, the weirdest natural thing I've ever seen, the most bizarre thing that has happened to me was a little newspaper article tucked away a couple of days ago, in that the people in Canberra, this is no bullshit, this is true, the people in Canberra have decided, because Australia has legal obligations to have 90 days fuel, and we have about 14 days fuel, and because we have 14 days fuel, we have probably less than that food in the supermarkets, and because we have such limited amount of food available to us in the supermarkets, we basically stop eating after about 2 weeks. economics if there's a disruption to the ship sailing into our ports full of diesel. It's mainly diesel, not petrol. And I've started wondering, but what the article was the boys in Canberra have decided, because we don't have 90 days fuel, because America has almost 300 days fuel because they've got their shit together. They don't believe in just-in-time economics and everything about profit. Like the people in Germany who are obliged by law to carry 30 days food in their houses. They realise they need to do something about this. So what good people do is they've decided, we ran out of history of Australia, we ran out of crude oil, we have lots of coal, we have lots of things, but we don't have crude oil. So we used to, but we mined it all and it's gone. So we had refineries in pretty well every capital city. Those refineries were built many years ago on prime land. As they became less efficient, they were closed down. So we have very few refineries. Most of our fuel comes from Singapore now. Those expensive sites were cleaned up, sold, apartments built on them, and no more storage tanks were built. So it is really, the storage tanks we have are really just the short-term holding facilities in our ports where we unload the actual ships. So a ship has to turn up, start pumping as soon as the previous one's unloaded. So there's a bit of history about this crazy situation. All you need to know is if there's a fuel shortage in Australia, we stop eating about 7 to 14 days later. There is no more fuel. We are totally dependent on diesel, especially in inland areas, to ship food to us. Everything comes on trucks in Australia. We die if those trucks stop rolling. We will die 14 days after the last truck stops rolling. The food will run out, and the human body lasts about 3 months. So 3 months happens to be 90 days. Surprise, surprise, why you have to keep 90 days worth of fuel on. So the boys in Canberra have decided to pay the American people X amount of dollars, and they're going to say that we have emergency fuel supplies in America. So that's all okay, no worries. If we can't get fuel from the Middle East or Singapore or anywhere else, I'm not too sure how we're going to get it from America, but these idiots have cleaned up a situation in a political manner so they can check a box. They have no concern. Look at this. You think you're going to be able to grow food. You think the trucks will always roll down these highways. You think plebs like me are always going to have petrol in their old Falcons. You're wrong. But it's all sorted out. So that sort of led me on to a picture of hope that this may be a great thing that's happened to us. We've been so focused on being rich. We've basically got two systems happening that have both come out of Karl Marx. Basically, you've got the economics, where the early Marxists, well, communists, so the early socialists. So it was about revolution, but then people started striking in factories. The economists come from the people who decided, well, actually getting better wages for workers is the point of the whole episode, versus the socialists, which is about overthrowing the existing society and running it centrally for the whatever. So a bizarre academic little political theory has spawned the two things that are now polar opposites in our lives. They've spawned modern economics as we know them, which is based on growth. These huge amounts of debt that we're building up, the government say that's going to go with growth. That's going to be diluted away by growth. So you have a crazy situation where hey, what if we stop growing? That debt doesn't go away. The whole economy actually stops, because the whole economy is really based on continually growth, continuing more. It doesn't work. So that branch of that Satur academic philosophy has a few flaws in it. And the other one is these injustice, leftist, socialist, victimhood type stuff. The world is full of victims being persecuted by perpetrators. There's a few holes in that. That's actually killed more. Socialism has killed more people in wars because they stuff up the economy. The economies are what feed people. People stop eating. People in power often are not sensible people who make good decisions. Surprise, surprise. So these two bizarre themes of growth are all we've got to go on. It's really time to work something else out. We can't keep going like this. We can't have such short-termism happening. We can't have this division amongst us, people always scolding each other. We've got some hard times coming, and I am so hopeful that, like for instance, liability laws. See this smoke, see these fires? Caused by lawyers, mate. Absolute exaggeration, but liability laws that's prevented burning off, and also money has prevented burning off. But I'm going to tell my story, because my story sounds better than the complexity of reality. So these fires are caused by lawyers. Lawyers have burned half of Australia, and the law that's burned half of Australia is liability laws. Those laws that stop social clubs operating. Remember when all the football clubs closed down? Another bizarre focus on people's rights, and so we're conditioned to expect all these things to be done for us. We have rights, but we have no obligations. The government fixes everything. We think only in the short term. Everybody's entitled to manipulate the language, manipulate the facts, so they can change the world, because whatever side they're on are good people, and whoever's on the other side are bad people. Mate, so has to change, and I believe it will. The shit that used to work don't work no more. It's time to adjust, change, move on, get some new systems in place, start valuing money, start valuing resources, stop wasting them. I'm hopeful. I'm so hopeful. The behaviour of our politicians is so disconnected from reality. The foolish things they've done and said. No understanding of human nature, human feelings, the situation people are in. The media, people jumping up and down about climate change. Oh, it's all caused by climate change. Well, yeah, sure, of course it is. But I don't know if you've ever met a climate change denier, but I certainly never have. But it's not about we need to destroy the whole economy and get electric cars to cut our carbon emissions by X amount of percent, and then things are going to be okay. Things are not going to be okay. It's going to get worse. We will not be able to fix this in our lifetimes. We're coming up to a lot harder times. We need to focus on ensuring food supply for people. We need to focus on housing. We need to focus on electricity and wires. Everything else above those basic needs are luxuries. We need to look at the neoliberals, their crazy idea that everything can keep growing forever, that we can have negative interest rates because that theory dictates that you keep doing the same thing, which hasn't worked. These left-wing, socialist type victims versus perpetrators, dividing people up into their, who they identify with. We can't have a society that operates on hatred and dividing people up by race and victims and even we are Australians, we do divide people up in rich and poor. That's our history. It's different to other countries' history, but we can't even do that anymore. We just have to make sure we're equal. The resources we've got, it's ensured that they're distributed equally. This might change us, and I think I'm hopeful it will. I hope you don't think I'm rambling, but there's got to be something good that comes out of this, and that's my hope. People say we've got to change. Our systems are not working. We can't do business as usual. If we do that, maybe our kids and our grandkids have houses and they'll have food if we go with a bit less. Thank you. If you've listened to all this, I appreciate the